Fun fact, did you know there are an estimated 350 different pasta shapes, and they exist to enhance your dining experience?
Oh, well, that may sound too tough to master at home, but Chef Franco from Franco's Italy is here to tell us how we can turn fresh pasta, you hear him already, into a do-it-yourself dish. Always a pleasure.
Good to see you. So, yes, there's 350 different types.
Right,
okay?
different shapes.
Some are a little, you know, randy. They can be
randy? Okay, wow, I don't know where you're buying your pasta, but...
So we're looking at dried pastas over here.
I'm looking for the randy one.
You know, the fusilli, this is fusiloni.
This one looks a little questionable.
No, that is trompetti, little trumpets.
Little trumpets, is that what they are?
Form and function, true to Italian culture. Everything has a purpose, but it has to be stylish. Corretto, see? So trompetti.
Can you buy these at Kroger? I've never seen them.
I don't know if you can. You know, I think you can. They've gotten pretty good about some of these things. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, because as we talked earlier, there's a difference between fresh and dry. And people have a tendency to think that fresh is way better than dry. It's not necessarily the case, right? Oh. So dry has its purposes. There's a certain dishes you want to make with dry pasta.
Such as?
Well, such as this.
Okay, so, and why would you want to do that?
We have a radiatore, because you have this marvelous shape that you couldn't make fresh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and this is a crema di limone. It's a lemon cream sauce with shrimp and all those heavy-duty zucchini and squash that you have in your garden right now. Delizioso, see? I got some for you over here. We're going to put them in here for you.
Oh, my God. Oh, you mean I'm not supposed to eat after?
Sure, we can do that. That's easy.
She jumped me on that one.
I think when it comes to food, I'm always going to jump you. I'm
look how
older
beautiful this is.
and
now,
faster.
This is not, you know, sort of this. Well, you got to take a look at that. My gosh, I like that.
That is so lemony.
Thank
you. I'm going to give this to Symone and be polite because I did kind of.
Let me take this plate here.
This bowl here.
So
this is. You cook the pasta first, or do you cook it in the sauce?
No, you cook the pasta to super al dente. You don't want it to be too soft.
Thank you.
Right? And also, we've talked about this before. It sort of drives me crazy when pasta is overcooked, right? It has to have a bite to it. You know, so you want it like this to be al dente when it comes. So you do it super al dente, then you toss it with your sauce, which is just a panna da cucina, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of oil. Then you put your.
What was that first thing?
Panna da cucina.
What is that?
It's a cream sauce base.
So how would I make this?
So the easiest way to make this is olive oil and garlic, right? Saute a little bit. Now let's put some mascarpone in there, some heavy cream, and make sure that it gets nice and emulsified.
No flours. You're not making a roux.
No, so that no. Well, and bechamel. Let me tell you, the original lasagna it doesn't have ricotta in it. When you go to Bologna, it has bechamel, no ricotta. So we have our different dishes. We're going to go back to sort of the dry versus the fresh. Now,
we're going to run out of time, though. You have to show us how to make pasta.
I'm going to do this right now.
Okay.
See, this is a chitarra. This is how they used to do it in the old days. It was high tech, right? You'd lay the sheet on there, roll it, and it would cut down and make spaghetti. What are we going to do right now, though?
So, well, first of all, what's the dough? What is the dough?
Don't overthink it. It's just simply semolina flour and eggs, a 3-to-1 mix. Okay, I've seen recipes where they put salt in it. I've seen recipes where they do 2 egg yolks and 3 egg whites. Oh my gosh. Don't do that.
Okay, so what do you mean?
3-to-1,
3 parts flour to 1 part egg?
Yeah.
So if you have 1 egg, what's the 3?
Well, you want to do it by cups, right? So 3 cups of semolina, 1 cup
of egg. And you just mix it. Do you knead it a lot? Do you have to let it sit?
You do it, but I'll tell you what, if you put it into a mixer or put it into a food processor, it's going to be sort of granulated. Pull it out of there, squeeze, boom.
And then you have a ball. How long do you leave it sit?
Well, you want to let it rest for about 90 minutes.
Okay.
And then you just roll it out.
Okay.
Make it thin enough to go through the machine, through the chitarra, or you can cut it by hand.
So when would you use fresh rather than the pretty shaped in the box?
So, you know, I would use fresh to do something like a fresh salsa, right? So you can do like a cherry tomato salsa. We share that with the Latin people.
That's like a gravy?
Yes. More of a ragu, right?
Yes.
You can do this with pomodoro sauce. You could do this, make this with pancetta, something that's going to stick a little bit.
So does different pasta taste better with different...
Oh my goodness, yes.
Sauces.
So this dish...
Wow, he knew the question.
I know, before I even finished it.
So this dish wouldn't work with a smooth pasta.
Why?
Because it's not hanging on, it's not clinging to that beautiful lemon sauce,
Okay, let me ask you, let me tell you something I've started doing, which I'm sure is not Italian and probably bad, but it really tastes good. So that's why I asked you if you cook the pasta in the sauce, because when I make a spaghetti sauce, I cook the pasta, instead of cooking it in water, I cook it in the sauce, and it seems like the pasta absorbs the sauce better.
Well, you should always finish it in the sauce. You should always cook it.
But you shouldn't cook the whole thing in the
You
sauce?
could, but it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes it might get a little gummy, you know, because it's a little undercooked. But to cook it first...
You just said your pasta's gummy.
It might get there. It might get there.
Can we cut his mic?
But we should also make sure that you put it into the sauce as you finish it off, right? Now it's because that hot pasta, well, you're pulling it out of there. It's still absorbing the flavors of the sauce.
Yeah, and you want that.
Now, how many times have you gone to a restaurant where they take the pasta, they put it into the bowl, then they pour the sauce over it?
No, I don't like that.
You should leave. Don't go to that place.
How much faster does the homemade pasta cook than the box pasta?
Great question.
Thank you.
Fresh pasta, it cooks...
That's from the gummy pasta girl.
Now, when you buy what they call fresh pasta at a grocery store, it's not fresh. It's pre-cooked, right? So that's why they say, as soon as it floats, pull it out. Well, it's been cooked already. If you make fresh pasta at home, people have a tendency to undercook it. Now it gets really in a bad shape, right? So 7 minutes for fresh pasta. 7 minutes for fresh pasta.
And how long for
dry?
a boxed?
9 minutes, a couple minutes more.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
You want it to be al dente, you want it to be special. So again, that's our fresh. These are different little orecchie.
Can you send
little ears?
And can you send us this recipe? Because man, this is, oh man.
I will send you this recipe, and I will send
you 3 minutes.
and you're going to take care of the rest of the show, right?
I got you.
I didn't have
Thank you, Chef
breakfast.
Franco.